assured with whatever decision that you do make.
It is. And this is a decision they should feel secure about. We've talked about, and Jason mentioned, it is uncertainty at the top of this draft. That's why we've talked so much about the Niners pick at 3, because whoever's drafted by them to play quarterback is walking into a markedly better situation. But all you can do is work with the gifts of the player that's available. And if you're talking about best available, there was no other choice in this draft.
Ain't no way you were going to go away from this this guy being at the top of this draft class meant everything to Urban Meyer because of what he has to overhaul down there in Jacksonville, right? Like, he's got a franchise down there that, as Jason and Field and Matthew alluded to, has been defunct for quite some time. And so with that, it's a matter of not only do you need personnel, but there is a culture, right? Like, that trigger word is going to be thrown around often, especially with a new college coach coming in, and that's what he's going to have to attack overall with that franchise.
It's the biggest advantage. He's got a young team, and I think that's going to help Urban Meyer coming in early on, these guys that know him from his time in college. But you've also got a quarterback that's going to help you overcome mistakes, and in these top picks, that's what you're going to need. So we can gas bag about it all we want.
No
Jason,
doubt.
Field, Matthew, anyone shocked here? Because I know I'm not.
Thought his mock draft will be perfect.
Very excited.
Wow.
He's
This
1
guy
for 1
gets
so
it.
far.
I mean, not to lie.
You know?
I mean, I will
Exactly.
say, though, Mike, like, you know how risk-averse I am when it comes to quarterback. I'm rarely the person that heaps a ton of praise on something that we haven't seen production from in the NFL. That's just not my style. That being said, Jags fans should just go buy the jerseys and be happy because they've got their guy for the next fit. I mean, if you're right on this pick, and that's what they think they are, that's what we all think they are, you're not talking about an answer at quarterback for 5 years. That's the difference. That's why everybody's trying to take a quarterback. If you got it right, you got it right for 15. I mean, you're starting to look at generations. We'll never know what it's like to wonder who your quarterback is. And Matthew, that's power to me.
You're talking to a Washington football team fan. Like, I mean, right, you know, like, exactly. Like, you know, so believe me, I know what it's like to be in the quarterback desert, desperately searching for a guy every single season. Now we have Fitzy this year, thank goodness. But Trevor Lawrence, I think, has a chance to be something special. And, you know, I always try to look at things, obviously, through a fantasy lens because that's my gig. I think the interesting thing here is, like, their defense is still going to be bad. He's still going to have to throw. They actually have some nice weapons on offense. When you think about DJ Shark, you think about the addition of Marvin Jones, who was a top 20 wide receiver under Darrell Bevel when they played together in Detroit, right? And obviously Bevel now the offense coordinator there in Jacksonville. Laviska Shenault had some really nice moments last season. And now you had Trevor Lawrence, who very quietly had 17 rushing touchdowns in his 2 seasons at Clemson. Like, he runs more than I think he gets credit for. Listen, he's a QB2. Like, you're not drafting him as a starter, but he's the #1 no-brainer pick in a Superflex Dynasty league, in a rookie league where you have, you know, premium quarterback play. And I think he's going to be a fantasy asset this year, Field.
Yeah, he's interesting. I mean, as he talked about with the running ability, and they used him on a ton of quarterback power at the goal line. I don't know if Jacksonville will do that because the stakes are a little different now when you know you need the guy for 10 or 15 years. But he's such a good athlete, such a good runner. And to your point, Matthew, 8 quarterbacks and over 400 rushing yards last year, Fitz. So much to like about this pick. I know Fitz is trying to be Mr. Rain in your parade, but at least for a moment, I'm happy.
I'm happy.
The great fans.
I'm happy for Jacksonville.
And by the way, say what you want about Urban Meyer and the trajectory to getting here, walking away from football on a couple of different occasions. The man knows how to win. He builds programs. It's a totally different game in the NFL than it is at the college level. But if you had to give me the opportunity to bet or not bet on Urban Meyer building a successful program, I'm betting on him doing so with Jacksonville.
Now,